Basic concepts. Variables and constants. Var, let, const. Data types. Primitive types, string, number, boolean, null, undefined, symbol, bigint. Reference types, object, array, function, operators, arithmetic, comparison, logical, assignment, and ternary. Conditional statements. If, else, else if, switch, loops. For, while, do while, for, of, for, in, functions, function declaration, function expression, arrow functions, and IIFE, immediately invoked function expressions. Intermediate concepts. DOM manipulation. Document, query selector, get element by ID, inner HTML, add event listener, events, event bubbling, capturing, and delegation, error handling, try, catch, throw, finally, promises and async/await, handling asynchronous operations, closures, functions retaining access to their parent scope, hoisting, understanding variable and function hoisting, scope and this, global, local, block scope, this in different contexts, template literals, string interpolation with backticks variable, destructuring, extracting values from arrays and objects, modules, pick specific concepts for hands-on practice, work on mini projects like a to-do app, a custom promise implementation, or a web-based calculator. Explore open-source JavaScript libraries to see these concepts in real-world applications. Would you like recommendations for tutorials, projects, or specific frameworks to learn these advanced topics? Import, export, advanced concepts, prototype and inheritance. Understanding prototypes and the prototype chain. ES6+ features. Default parameters. REST/spread operators. Let/const. Classes. And more. Event loop and callbacks. Understanding how JavaScript handles asynchronous tasks. Object-oriented programming, OOP. Classes, constructors, and inheritance. Functional programming. Pure functions, immutability, and higher-order functions. JSON. Working with JSON data, JSON. Parse, JSON. Stringify. Regular expressions, regex. Pattern matching and string searching. Local storage and session storage. Storing and retrieving data in the browser. Fetch API and Axios. Making HTTP requests. Web APIs. Working with APIs like geolocation, fetch, and WebSockets. Performance optimization. Debouncing, throttling, and understanding critical rendering paths. Testing and debugging. Using console, log, breakpoints, and tools like Jest or Mocha. More advanced concepts. Event propagation, event bubbling, capturing, and stopping propagation with stop propagation. Dynamic imports. Importing modules dynamically using import. Generators and iterators. Using function asterisk for generators and custom iterators with symbol. Iterator. Symbol. Understanding unique, immutable symbols and their role in creating object keys or implementing iterators. Set and map. Data structures for storing unique values, set, and key value pairs, map. Weak map and weak set. Similar to map and set but with weak references. Useful for memory management. Debouncing and throttling. Techniques to optimize performance for high-frequency events like scrolling or resizing. Shadow DOM. Encapsulation of DOM and CSS within web components. Strict mode. Enabling strict mode with use strict for safer JavaScript practices. Bigint. Working with integers larger than number. Max_safe_integer. Bitwise operators. Operators like. Useful for low-level operations. Memory management. Garbage collection and memory leaks in JavaScript. Worker threads. Running JavaScript code in the background using web workers. Service workers. Enabling offline functionality and caching for progressive web apps, PWAs. Custom elements. Creating reusable web components. TypeScript basics. Adding type safety to JavaScript with TypeScript. Understanding polyfills. Writing and using polyfills to add compatibility for older browsers. Observables and RxJS. Working with reactive programming concepts. Data binding. implementing one-way or two-way data binding, used in frameworks like Angular. Dynamic forms, creating and managing dynamic forms programmatically. Expert-level JavaScript concepts, design patterns, implementing patterns like singleton, factory, module, observer, and decorator in JavaScript. Higher-order functions, functions that accept other functions as arguments or return them, e.g., map, filter, reduce. Currying, breaking down a function that takes multiple arguments into a series of functions that each take a single argument. Memoization, caching the results of expensive function calls to optimize performance. Virtual DOM, the concept behind libraries like React for efficiently updating the DOM. Custom promises, implementing your own promise class for deeper understanding of async workflows. Proxy and reflect, using proxy to intercept and redefine operations on objects, and reflect for built-in object manipulation. Event emitters, creating and managing custom events in your applications. JavaScript engines, understanding how V8, used in Chrome and Node.js, and other engines execute JavaScript. Abstract syntax tree, AST, how tools like Babel parse and transform JavaScript code. Transpilers, tools like Babel or TypeScript that convert modern JavaScript into older versions for compatibility. Decorator functions, modifying or extending the behavior of a function or class method dynamically. Advanced error handling, custom error classes and handling async/await errors with try, catch. Weak references, understanding weakref for advanced memory management. Shared memory and atomics, using shared memory between threads for parallel processing. WebAssembly, WASM, running high-performance code alongside JavaScript. Internationalization, I18N, formatting dates, numbers, and strings for different locales using INTL. AST-based code analysis, writing linters or code analysis tools with AST parsers like ESLint or Babel parser. Custom renderers, creating custom rendering engines for specific use cases, e.g., server-side rendering. Module bundlers, deep dive into tools like Webpack, Rollup, and Parcel for packaging JavaScript. Code splitting and lazy loading, optimizing app performance by loading only the necessary parts of your JavaScript code on demand. JavaScript security, preventing common vulnerabilities such as XSS, CSRF, and understanding CORS. Concurrency and parallelism, understanding JavaScript's single-threaded nature and utilizing tools like web workers for parallel tasks. Next steps. If you're ready to dive deeper, you can.